Welcome back to another Reptile Jones video, and in the last room update I talked about going to pick up some new caging. That day has come and I have it here at the house. So let's take a look at what I picked up and what we got going on here in the room and how things are going to be changing. Okay, so the first thing that I want to address is how the new rack system is going to be set up. As you can see here, the green tree python's still in its location. We just simply cleaned out the substrate, got him all situated with fresh stuff, but there's bigger plans coming for him, and I'll get to that in a minute. In the last video, there was a cage over here just sitting on the floor. That is now sitting right here. And since then, I have purchased this cage and this cage. Both of those were purchased brand new. And if you remember, this cage here was sitting here, so I just simply moved it up like I told you that I would. So essentially what we're gonna have here is the day geckos are gonna go here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to go here, but this will be a planted vivarium. Most likely I will move the biggest baby from this group here and he will go up there, he or she. That way, you know, that's essentially what these are going to be, is the grow out tanks for the day geckos that I hatched, as I see fit that they need to be segregated out as far as looking for aggression, and most importantly for, you know, make sure everybody's eating and growing properly. So I have backup caging to separate out those four as need be. Of course, the legless lizards here. So we're gonna have day geckos, potential grow out tank. That'll be a grow out tank, and another grow out tank, but we're gonna move him. But let's go back to this. I told you about the missing female. I still have not been able to locate her. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with that. It's unfortunate. I'm hopeful that she will still somehow turn up. Obviously, when I go to move him out, I will be cleaning this out because all of this is getting moved. I'm going to bring in something else here. If you remember, let's just take a quick look out here to the garage. If you remember this display unit that it has all this stuff in front of it right now, but this display unit, it's an old Pet Supplies Plus. I want to bring that in, if we can get rid of the glare. It's hard to see. Okay, so that will go in here where this whole setup is, and that's going to give me 5 cages, 3 compartments, and then 2 lower compartments. It's approximately the same footprint as this. So that's going to go there, and then those will all be decked out into bioactive setups, as will all these empty cages you see here. So that is the plan here. Now, when I was at that gentleman's house buying this cage, he offered me up this cage here. You remember I told you that he had other caging. Now this isn't exactly the caging that I wanted, but you can see why I purchased it. It was 50 bucks for this whole thing, plus the gecko inside, which you can see, maybe you can see, it's kind of fuzzy. That is a female day gecko. So I thought 50 bucks for this whole thing. I mean, the gecko by herself is worth that. So went ahead and purchased that. And then both my current male and her, as soon as this focuses up there, will be in that enclosure up top. Now this wasn't the original thing that I was wanting to buy from him when I spoke about buying other caging from him. And let's go back out to the garage and I'll explain more there. Okay, so this was the caging that I was looking to buy. This is an Exotera. It's 36 by 18 deep by 24 high. Those are my logs I put in there. I was just playing around with it. But what it did come with was this, well, I'm not for sure who made this 3D background, but yeah, so I'm going to get that thing cleaned up. Well, the whole thing needs to be cleaned up. I'll put the 3D background back on the setup here, and this will be the future setup for the green tree python. And what's going to happen, this will be placed on top of that when that is in the reptile room. So that cage will sit up here. That cage will sit up there inside the reptile room. So that's my plans. I'm already collecting some of the PVC piping to build perches for the GTP, but it'll be full bioactive live plants, all that sort of thing. So I'm really looking forward to getting that set up. So if that's something you're interested, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and that video will be up on the channel as soon as I can get it there. But one other thing I would like to touch upon, and that is this milk snake right there. Let me get the flashlight so you guys can see a little bit better, maybe. I guess it doesn't make much difference. You can see that he is quite uneasy in this setup. I'm not sure exactly why. The other snakes have taken to the setups quite nicely, but this snake has just always been moving on the go. He just seems like he's not very comfortable in this unit, so we are actually going to move him back into the rack with some of these smaller clubrids that I have, and I really wish I could keep him in there, but his behavior is telling me that he is not happy, and I don't ever remember seeing him being quite this active when he was in there. You know, it's kind of like this guy, you know, just chilling, just, you know, observing and resting, and, you know, but he has now been in this unit for a month now, maybe. I don't remember exactly. It's been several weeks, and this is just the way he is. The only time he stops is the day I feed him, and he takes the next day to just rest and digest, and then he's back at it, cruising around like this, always at the front, always just trying to push his way out. So to me, I'm reading this behavior as he is uncomfortable in here. He does have a hide. You can kind of see the black hide in there. It is a little bit dark, but he does have a decent sized hide. I thought maybe that might help and to give him somewhere to crawl in, to hide in, but nope, he is just not happy in there. So we're gonna move him. We're gonna move him back to the rack, and I think that's best for him. So looking back at this, once I have this day gecko out of here, this is, there is an old tag on here. It says it's a 37-gallon column aquarium. I don't know that I would trust it with water, because there's this chip here, there's a chip here, but more importantly, there is this, they didn't line up the glass panels appropriately, so there's actually some weird gapping. I don't know if somebody has since tried to reseal this and they just didn't do it properly. But anyways, what I'm thinking about doing, I don't typically like to have cages where we come in through the top, but I think I'm gonna get this thing all cleaned up. There's a lot of like calcium and water mineral deposits on the glass, which makes it extremely hard to see inside here, but I think I can get that cleaned up fairly decent. We can build a better lid for this, and I'm thinking about maybe putting it right here next to my desk and have it a planted vivarium, maybe something for some tree frogs of some sort, maybe red eyes, maybe whites, dumpies. By now you would have already seen the video of these little guys. Hopefully you've seen that video. If not, look for it on the channel. But those are little milk frogs that are growing up. So maybe this will be their future home. I'm not sure yet, but I got to test it to at least see if it will hold water enough to be a full bio setup with a reservoir, the under false bottom reservoir. So that will be coming up as well. But first things first, I got to get back to doing this, and I've already started with making 3D background, because as you remember, this has that cracked glass, so I need something, especially for the day geckos, to keep them off that glass. This is going to go there. This is a work in progress, so that is actually what I'm going to work on today after I get done editing this video for you guys to watch. So this will be the next build video. Then we will move the day geckos over. We'll move this out. I still have 3 baby snakes here. That shelving unit is just going to come out, and I think for now I'm just going to set it right here in front of this table, and that way I can get that store unit in here. And then we got to build out this setup and these 2 setups, and of course the future home of the GTP. Then we'll take this one down, rebuild this one, we'll add lights, we will fix the I can't see it. We will fix all the sprayers, so that way all these cages on this rack, and then all the cages here, the future cages that are going to go here, will all be on a misting system. So that way it just makes life just a little bit easier as far as, you know, keeping a regular watering schedule for everybody. So that is going to be it. I'll leave you with the look of the future rack. Of course, down here is all the feeder insects, fruit flies, springtails, isopods, all that fun stuff. Crickets in here. But this is going to be it for the video. I thank you for watching, and until next time, later. Okay, so welcome back to another Reptile Room Jones video. Reptile Room Jones. Pfft.
Shut up and sit down.